These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, we're on Pewaukee Lake today, about 25 miles west of Milwaukee, and this is a very big day for my fishing buddy, Henry Abbott. We are christening his brand new Recon 2085 tiller, and I'll tell you what, this boat has so much room in it. We're going to fish 4 guys today, and Ryan, the cameraman, without a problem. But Henry, I got to ask you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Why did you choose Recon?
You know, I went and met with John.
Right.
And he's a great guy. He builds a great boat. It's the widest tiller I could find. And it's got so much space in it. It's the boat to have.
What I want to mention too is the fact that you spent about 25 grand less than the only other competitor that makes a tiller.
Correct. Yep.
Hey, got to talk about fishing today. You know, as you get into September, October, and we fish these lakes that are so close to Milwaukee and Chicago, this really is the time to get out and enjoy these lakes.
It is. Once you get past Labor Day, you know, there's a lot less people out. And yeah, I mean, the walleye fishing's really good. The bass fishing's really good. And there's nobody out here today, as you can see, so it's nice.
Who's our special guest today?
We have John Ratina and his son, Luke.
Oh, John Ratina, the former Chicago detective who is now what?
He is a cop in Lindenhurst.
Oh, okay, cool. He'll catch something for us, right?
He should.
Because he's caught a lot of burglars in his day, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, folks, we'll show what we're using it and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
The Quickset screen shelters are perfect for campers and outdoor enthusiasts looking for additional space and comfort. With a fast and easy setup in less than 60 seconds with no additional poles or assembly required, you will be able to enjoy the outdoors faster. Quickset screen tents feature no CM mesh, so you can be bug-free in the comfort of your screen tent late into the evening. The Quickset screen tents are available in a wide range of models, so there's a perfect one for everyone. Quickset by Clam.
I'll tell you what, folks, I've been a proud user of Amsoil for many years, and us sportsmen a lot of times not only have a truck, but a boat, an ATV, a snowmobile. And how do you figure out which Amsoil product to use in each machine?
Yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes, and you know, we make it easy. We've got a lookup guide. You just go to amsoil.com, you put in your vehicle, whatever it may be, whether it's a boat, a wheeler, a truck, a trailer, whatever. You pick out your product, it tells you how much and which product to put in, real simple.
And one thing I want to mention too, Amsoil does a ton of research before you even put the product on the market. You make sure that it's the best.
That's correct. It's years in the making for a product to launch. There's a ton of research and development to make sure that it's going to protect like it's supposed to.
And folks, to find the Amsoil you want, go to amsoil.com. My buddy Luke with a drop shot is going to be the first to connect today. And Luke, turn around so the folks at home can see your small bass there.
Yeah.
But working weed edges here, and you like the drop shot, huh?
Yeah, it's my favorite way to catch bass.
Okay, so you just cast it out, let it hit the bottom, and give it a couple of ripples and move it, right?
Yeah, that's all you gotta do.
Look at drop shot Luke. All right, Luke. Are you going to need the clam for this one, buddy?
I might need it. Let's see how it looks.
All right. Keep her coming. That drop shot, folks, is a very effective method. Okay. What pound test you got on there? That's cool.
10 pounds?
Yeah, smallmouth bass, and boy, did he eat that.
Yeah.
And that was a drop shot system, huh?
Yeah.
How does the bite feel on that?
That was a good bite. He hammered that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice fish. Hold them out. You don't have to take the hook out. Not bad. There you go.
Yeah, it's a good fish.
You get into late summer, early fall, the drop shot method is pretty good, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Now let's explain this to the folks. So down here you have
the weight, yep.
the weight, and that sits on the bottom. You cast out until you hit bottom,
yep.
And then you got about 14 inches of line here that comes up to a hook, and you just I guess, nose hook a little worm on there.
Yep.
And how do you work it when you cast it out?
So just gotta give it a couple jigs and then let it sit for a second, reel up some slack, and just keep on doing that over and over again.
Hey, here we go, front of the boat. And when we start getting bites like this, folks, Henry spot locks, and oh, there we go. You know, these aren't bad bass. And again, like I talked about at the top of the program, folks, the fun thing about coming out here is there's no competition after Labor Day, and you got the lakes to yourself, and they're full of fish, and that was a fun hit. Here we go, Henry. I don't know what I have here, but it feels decent. Let's see, we got ourselves a walleye. There's what we're after, folks. Not a real big one, but hey, a nice fish. And again, folks, working the weed lines. And we've had our struggles this morning, but maybe we'll get on them. And that was on a jerk minnow right there. That's a decent walleye, Henry. And what you're doing, what are you doing? Just moving along the weed line and spot locking?
Yeah, John, what we're doing, we're sitting in like 12, 13 feet of water, just right on the edge, spot lock, fish for 10 or 15 minutes, take it off, move down 20, 30 feet and keep going, do it again.
Yeah, until you find them and then you stay for a while.
Yeah, find a fish or two and sit for a little bit, and if you don't get anything, just keep moving.
Got one, John.
All right, Johnny, let's see.
Got
Oh, another walleye. There you go.
Slip them in there.
That's not bad. That's a 15-incher, you know? And what's really cool, John, are these lakes around Milwaukee, they have done quite a bit of walleye stocking in these lakes. And it's kind of fun. You don't have to drive all the way up north to catch walleyes.
Nope.
And that was on a Kalen's paddle tail. How are you retrieving that?
Just let it hit the bottom, 3 cranks. Let it hit the bottom, 3 cranks.
We're in a walleye spot, and oh, there you go.
Yep.
That's not a bad walleye. And you know what is? Oh, you did switch. I thought you were drop shotting there. Hey, Luke, turn around, show the folks at home, please. But you switched to what your dad was using,
Yeah,
that
it's a little
Kalen paddle tail, huh? Mm-hmm. That's a nice walleye, isn't it?
It's a nice walleye.
Now, Luke, what do you plan on doing after high school, buddy?
So what I want to do after high school is probably study computer science and Georgia Tech, probably.
Georgia Tech.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Hold that walleye out. Make it look a little bigger. Actually, that's not a bad fish. Solid 16, 17 right there. Hey,
Got
there we
another
go.
one going, John.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we have gone about an hour without a bite. And let's see, another nice walleye there. But no, seriously, John, it's been a struggle, hasn't it?
It has.
The last hour.
Been a little slow.
And, you know, we're getting, a little later in the afternoon now. But, you know, hey, to be able to catch walleyes like that 30 miles from a big city is cool.
Yeah, it is. And it's a fun bite with the plastics, John.
Hey, Henry, I think we're going to have to cut this trip short. We got some pretty severe thunderstorm warnings coming our way, and you can see it getting dark out there. And we'll just pick this up on another lake, right?
No, it's getting pretty dark, John.
And we got a thunderstorm warning, so
Yeah, it's coming for sure.
we'll pick this up on another lake.
Absolutely, that works for me.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. All sizes and colors of Rapala ribbon wraps are on sale. Buy 3 and get 1 free.
Oh, that was a shame we got blown off with that big storm, huh?
Yeah, that was a big storm. We had to get out of there. We didn't have a choice.
But you know what, Henry? It's nice to have friends in the fishing business.
It sure
Now,
is.
I gave my buddy Captain Al and Caleb a call, and he said they're catching steelhead and kings not too far out of Kenosha. So let's go finish the show.
Absolutely, let's go get some.
No, Captain Al, thanks for saving my life, buddy. I need a show for this weekend, and we got stormed off when we were fishing out in Waukesha County. But September and October can be excellent months out here off Kenosha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. We can fish kings on the beach sometimes, and if they're not biting, we can go out to the deep water, catch steelhead and suspended lake trout, and some of the cohos and stuff like that. So yeah, it's fantastic fishing actually.
So the pressure's on you, buddy. I need a show this weekend. All right.
Okay.
This is kind of relaxing. John's got one on. Should I get up and see? No, I'm just kidding.
we'll sit here
No, it looks
watching.
like a pretty good fish.
Yeah.
Hey, here we go. Now, John, what do you think, buddy?
That feels like a pretty good one.
Hey, this is a nice way to spend a 90-degree day, isn't it?
Absolutely. At least there's a breeze.
All right. I don't know if this is a king or not. We'll see.
We're gonna find out, hopefully.
Okay, let's see. We're going to start our day off with a beautiful lake trout. All right. Now the width on that thing's pretty incredible, isn't it, Caleb?
That fish is definitely built, you know, it fought pretty good the whole way up, and this fish came off the bottom, and we're out in about 200, 220 right now.
Now, as we get into September and October, that's when your and my king salmon stuff starts.
Yeah, you know, we've been trying here, been battling a lot of warm water at the end of the month here, and hasn't been looking too good. That's why we're out in the deep water chasing these.
John, that is a smoker, my friend.
Absolutely.
Hey, look at that, the captain, the co-captain of the boat.
The co-captain, yeah.
How many do you get to reel in a year, Caleb?
You know, when Al and I fish tournaments, we do a pretty good number, but out here with customers, not too many.
What does this one feel like?
Honestly, it feels like a lake trout, but it's got a little spunk to it.
Ooh, cool. Let's see what we got this time here. And, ooh, what is that?
That's about a 2 or 3 year old king salmon, John.
I'll tell you what, if you want a grilling fish, isn't that it there, Caleb?
This is the fish.
And
Absolutely.
that is, again, about what, a 2 or 3 year old?
2 or 3 year old king salmon. You know, and the closer we get to fall, those bigger 4-year-olds will be showing back up to the harbor.
Okay, and hold that one up sideways. Now that is interesting. So that fish will live another 2 years.
Yep.
Spawn and die.
Correct. Yep. It'll go back to the harbor that it was stocked in.
And your favorite way to fix that?
Honestly, right on the grill. Maybe a little tinfoil boat, little salt, pepper, lemon.
And you guys fillet everything.
Yep.
And bag.
Fillet and bag.
Hey, there we haven't even put that one in the cooler yet. Oh, look at this. All right.
Got it? Yep.
Hey, Henry Abbott. This is action, isn't it, buddy?
This is good stuff, John, for sure.
No, you eat a lot of these fish. How good are they?
They're excellent. They're very good.
All right. Well, this is going to be a little bit of work. I don't think that is the king we're after yet. Oh, there we go. What do we got here?
Another lake trout.
Another lake trout. Hey, Henry. Seriously, that was a double, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was as soon as he got that one in, this one hit.
Hey, I see you got your Cubs jersey on today. How are they doing as far as head up against the Brewers this year?
We're a couple games back. It's early.
Like
we got
10?
time.
Yeah,
About
right.
10, yeah.
12 and a half.
Yeah. Now, you had Henry take a couple to get smoked. Where was that at?
That was at Fin and Ale right in Kenosha here.
And how did those turn out?
Well, they're so good. I take all my fish there now.
Seriously? And it's not that expensive, is it?
No, not at all. And even if you're not gonna get to them right away, you can pay to get them vacuum sealed, and he'll hold on to them for a little bit. And I just throw them in the fridge, and come like holiday season, you know, Christmas, pull them out, throw some crackers on the table. People love them.
Hold that out, Henry. There we go.
We were fishing Lake Michigan out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, a 1-hour drive from Milwaukee, 1 hour from Chicago, and 5.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Out here, it takes a certain type. The type who's always the first one out. The type who knows deep down everyone else is just fishing for second. Enter the Apex Series. See more fish. Seize more victories. Settle for nothing less. With unrivaled clarity, it's the top fish finder for the most demanding type of angler. Only from Humminbird.
Folks, I've relied on Johnson Pump products for many years, and now they're even better. Check out the new Aqua Void Bilge and the Aqua O2 Aerator.
The best advantage with the new products is no tools necessary to replace your motor cartridge. Quick watertight connector and the same easy change cartridge. With the new motor cartridges, we have a high efficiency impeller and a low amp draw motor. To the angler, they're gonna have faster fill of their live wells, and they're gonna have better aeration along with a faster evacuation of their bilge. This pump will fit on any boat. It has a multi-configuration inlet port as well as a 360 rotation outlet port.
Johnson Pump, reliability on board.
They say things aren't built like they used to be. Tell that to John Johnson, the craftsman behind Recon Boats. He and his small team make each boat by hand, maintaining the highest standards. Every shred of fiberglass, every stitch of upholstery, every latch, hinge, and switch. It's all in the details, which is why the angler is at the forefront of the design philosophy for every Recon boat. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen.
Now, Caleb, who do we have here?
We got Tillin, Al's first mate.
Okay,
Yep.
well, is Tillin a great angler?
He is really good angler.
And he is. Hey, Tillin, you're on your way to Stevens Point, first year of college, huh?
Yep.
That's if you catch this fish.
If I catch this fish.
Feel decent?
Yeah, got a couple good head shakes.
All right. What do we got there, guys? What do we got?
Another lake trout, John.
Another lake trout. That is interesting. And
there we
good
go.
job, Tillin with the lake trout. That's a little bit bigger one. And what I can't believe, folks, is seriously the weight on these fish. Now, are the lake trout always on the bottom, you guys?
Mostly, we got a lot of warm water right now, so we're kind of targeting these fish on the bottom, but sometimes when we get colder water, those lake trout will come up off the bottom to suspend, and we'll use like copper line with planer boards and a lot of spoons, and we'll target them that way. But right now, with all the warm water, we're fishing them on the bottom.
Tillin, you taking that one to college with you?
I don't think he'll make it to college.
Oh, no, hold him out. I mean, look at the belly on that thing.
He's been eating good for sure.
A lot of goalies in there?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Caleb, did you see how fast John ran to that rod?
That was fast.
I mean, I have never seen a masonry guy move that fast. And that's what you do, John, masonry, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Another one. Caleb. All right, guys. Doubling up. What are you thinking here, Caleb?
Oh, get the net, Tillin.
Get the net. We got one coming in.
Lake trout is suspended.
There we go.
Look at
Wow,
the belly on
oh
that
my
one,
gosh. There's that camera. There's another one, Ryan, over here. You had one on before they got off too, Caleb?
Yeah, we just basically had a triple here.
Well, I got to show you this first lake trout that we caught. I have never seen a tummy on a lake trout that you're going to see. Henry Abbott. You know, buddy, this is kind of relaxing, isn't it?
This isn't too bad. We're letting them reel them all in. Now we got to reel
literally, folks, it's like 95 degrees on shore. And is there anything more beautiful than this right now?
This is pretty relaxing.
Nice lake breeze.
Yep.
Did you see how fast he got to that rod?
He was cruising.
I mean, that was incredible. Okay, Henry, we're going to finish off this double. Another lake trout, guys. Another laker. Keep her coming, Henry. Keep her coming.
There you go.
We have completed the double. Way to go, guys. That's a beautiful fish.
There, John.
Is that unusual to see a stomach like that on a fish, Caleb?
Not out here, John. These fish are eating pretty dang good.
And he still hit the lure.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Henry's got a beautiful one here, too.
Yeah, definitely. And the other thing is these trout came suspended, both of them. Al made that comment here. One came on a downrigger down 100, and this other one was on a wire dipsy diver out about 170, so that thing was probably fishing around 90 to 100 feet.
Now, you guys are running charters the rest of, all of September.
Yep.
And that can be a time when the king salmon fishing is outstanding.
Yeah, so a lot of times, when we get into that fall pattern, those big kings, the 4-year-olds will go to the harbor, and if we have if the weather's right out here on our structure, those 2- and 3-year-old kings will set up here with some steelhead usually in the cohos, and our fishing can be out of this world September and October.
Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2024 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner is Gene Roboliski of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, caught this 9-inch bluegill on Kelly Lake using a jig and worm. Jeff Miller of Burlington, Wisconsin, caught this 40-inch king salmon on Lake Michigan using a fly. John Wild of Plymouth, Wisconsin, caught this 13-inch crappie on Prairie Lake using a night crawler. Deb Petrie of Eagle River, Wisconsin, caught this 20-inch smallmouth on Island Lake using a jig and leech. And this week's first kid winner is Garrick Reed of Oak Creek, Wisconsin, caught this 26-inch largemouth on a pond using a live bluegill. And Ethan Eagers of Buffalo, Minnesota, caught this 27-inch walleye on Lake Minnetonka using a jig and leech. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, the Rapala Rippin' Wraps are on sale. All sizes and colors are buy 3, get 1 free.
When you're meeting with a client, it's so important that you're present with them and you're listening. I've heard lawyers say your job as a trial lawyer is to read the law, understand the law, make the argument. You can't get emotionally connected with your client. I completely disagree with that. In order to tell your client's story, you want to learn what's important to them. Sit down and have a meal together. Learn about their family. Learn about their history. Learn about where they're from. You have to emotionally connect with them. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
Hey, Henry, have you ever seen, this guy is amazing, and John has a great masonry company and does a great job with concrete, but he's the fastest guy to a rod I have ever seen in my life. Smile at the camera, John. Smile, come on. Okay, what do we got there?
King.
Little King, yep.
Another griller for Henry Abbott.
That's a really good grill, John.
No, here, stand next to Caleb over there if you would. Now, you eat a lot of these fish, right, John?
Absolutely, love them.
And how do you cook these?
My family really likes them blackened.
Oh, how do you do that?
So you get a cast iron skillet on the grill, about white hot, as hot as you can get it. Rub a little butter on the one side of the fillet, fillet them, skinless, boneless, pick the pin bones. Put the butter on there, season it with some Cajun seasoning. Put that side down on the hot cast iron skillet. It'll start smoking, 2 minutes. Brush the other side, sprinkle the seasoning, flip it, another 2 minutes, and it's done.
I'm coming, Henry. I'm coming,
Come on
buddy.
over, John.
Yeah. That was fun fishing walleyes yesterday.
It
and
was.
bass.
Yep,
but
this is a little different.
Yeah, this is a little easier, and that was a pretty nasty storm that blew in and kicked us off the water too.
We had no choice to get out of there.
Yeah. And this is nice because you're going to drop these off and have them smoked.
Yep.
And I expect one for Christmas, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, let's see what we have here. What is it, Caleb?
Another lake trout, John.
Another laker.
Suspended, too.
Which is really interesting. And that's something we'll talk about, actually. Now, that's another big tummy lake trout for you there, Henry.
Yeah, we'll take it. Another one to get smoked.
I grew up thinking lake trout always were on the bottom, and we're fishing in 240 feet, and that fish was suspended?
Down 127. And, the thermocline's about 90 feet, and I want to say about 20 minutes ago, this rig just had a 4-year-old bite. We had a king down there, out here in 230, down 120 was the king, and then 10 minutes later, we hook into a lake trout on it.
So in other words, they're looking for the most comfortable water temperature in the water column.
Correct, yep.
Now, Caleb, tell the folks how long we've been trolling. About an hour and a half?
If that.
Yeah, this is just incredible fishing out here. And again, folks, the month of September, the kings are king out here, and you can take home a lot of fish. And, we always say, we talked about it a little bit before, you get 5 guys out here, divide the cost. It's a very inexpensive trip, isn't it?
It's not bad for what you get.
And you take home fish, they're cleaned and bagged for you. That is gorgeous. Great job.
Nice job.
That is beautiful, guys. Capt, that is a beautiful laker right there. And I want to thank you for saving my show, buddy.
Oh, no problem.
We really got stormed off yesterday, and you came in and said, we'll go out and get some lakers. And how long did that take?
Probably an hour and a half.
That is incredible.
So, it was very good fishing.
And again, the rest of September, all of September is good in your big boat, right?
Yep.
And then, Caleb, you got the inshore small boat Chinook salmon coming up.
Correct, yep.
And what do you do with that? That's bobber fishing.
Bobber fishing and jig fishing, yep.
Bobber fishing for 25-pound kings.
Yeah, it's a blast.
No, hey, thank you guys, both of you. That was a wonderful day. And Al, you got some openings in September?
Yep. Yes, I do.
Cool.
Nothing says party like a hot tub party, especially with the Johnsonville Summer Shandy brats. Start off by cooking your Johnsonville Summer Shandy brats low and slow on the grill for about 20 minutes. Then caramelize onions and butter and bay leaves. Once that's caramelized, add your Summer Shandy beer. Once that's to temperature, you can add your brats, and whenever you're ready to have a brat, it's going to be perfect. So what's so great about this hot tub is that you can eat it whenever you want because you know it will be hot and ready to eat. Let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, delicious. Johnsonville Summer Shandy Brat Hot Tub. Find the recipe at johnsonville.com.
Trying to get you guys out of here. Caleb, I told everybody to pull the lines. What are we doing?
Looking for some more fish to bring to fin and nail.
No, we were actually just pulling in our catch. That looks pretty big, doesn't it there, Big John?
Feels good.
All right, buddy. That's good. No, we were actually just bringing in and we're going to go in. What do you think this is, Caleb?
I think it's some sort of silverfish. You know, it could be a steelhead.
Could be a steelhead, could be a king. Hey, that came out of the water. Could be a steely. Could be a steelhead, rainbow trout. Nice. There you go. Now there is a griller to end the day, guys. Now, Caleb, explain what that is.
That's a steelhead or rainbow trout, all depends. It's got a square tail and it's got dots. And that's basically, you know, everybody, the salmon will have more of a forked tail.
And what's the table fare quality?
Phenomenal.
Seriously,
yes.
guys? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same steelhead we catch in the rivers in the wintertime?
Yep,
definitely. Yeah, that's a beautiful fish.
And this steelhead looks like a Skamania, they call it, more of a summer run.
Okay.
So,
well, nice way to end your day,
Yeah,
buddy.
nice little bonus fish as they're cleaning up. We'll take it.
For more information on charter fishing on Lake Michigan, call Caleb Zorn. That phone number is 262-515-7944. 515-7944.
Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps? Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set? Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
You know, sometimes folks don't realize that we have to fish 2 or 3 days to get a show, right?
Yeah, like we said, we got blown off. We had no choice. We had to do it.
Now, that was cool coming out. Hour and a half to catch all those fish.
Yeah, it's a lot of fish.
That was fun. Good to see you, buddy. See you
too.
soon. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.